Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to another episode of Inside the WCHA. I'm Ryan Phelps. Remember to look us up on your favorite social media sites like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're on YouTube as well. And for live nightly coverage, check out flowhockey.tv. There you can sign up for monthly or season passes. Coming into the weekend, Minnesota State still on top. They have been all season. The Mavericks with 56 points, 5 ahead of Bemidji State, who checks in with 51. Northern Michigan had 44, with Alaska and Michigan Tech rounding out the top 5. Bowling Green in 6th with 28 points, followed by Lake State and Alaska Anchorage battling for those final 2 playoff spots. Then Ferris State and Alabama Huntsville. We had some terrific series this past weekend with a lot of overtimes and some high-scoring affairs as well. We'll start with Alaska Anchorage at Bowling Green. The Falcons were 8 points in front of the Seawolves heading into the weekend, and both teams started fast and furious on Friday. Tied at 1, still in the first, Zach Nazareth, who didn't dress for UAA until after the new year, gets the breakaway pass and scores his 5th of the season. Seawolves up 2-1. Jacob Dalton would score his first of the year for Bowling Green. Nazareth would add another in the second, so it's 3-2. Falcons on the power play. And a beautiful passing play out of the corner. Brandon Cruz, Alex Barber, Cameron Wright is there for the finish. A power play goal, his 17th of the year, and we're tied. 6 minutes later, and the scoring continues. Will Cullen this time on the breakaway. He beats Chris Carlson upstairs, and Bowling Green is in front for the first time tonight. It would stay that way until late in the game. Just 30 seconds left. Alec Rawhauser rings it around the glass. It takes a funny hop out front off the stanchion right to Tanner Shackle, and he ties it up, so we head to overtime. And talk about quick payback. Rawhauser from the left point, season opening, and takes it. The game winner is his 9th of the year. Bowling Green wins game 1 5-4 in overtime. Although Carlson gets the loss in net for the Seawolves, he made a remarkable 40 saves on the night, 26 for Eric Dopp. Game 2, and the Falcons fans were bearing it all. They were ready to go early, but so were the visitors. On the board again first, midway through the first. Great rush down the ice, Nazareth again. This time he feeds it out front to Luke Brown, who tips it in. That's his 6th of the season, and the Seawolves are up 1-0. That lead would last until late in the period. Frederick Letourneau forces one out front. Casey Lincolnheld is there for the goal, his 3rd, and it's Teddy Bear night. Cheerleaders and players alike helped clean up the donated toys. Love it. Still tied at 1 early second period. Falcons on the power play. They set up Tim Theocharidis, who unleashes a bomb. That's his 2nd of the year, his first goal since all the way back on October 12th. And this one was big. It goes down as the game winner, makes it 2-1. Adam Conquest would add another on the power play for his 3rd of the year. 4-1 is the final. Bowling Green gets 6 big points at home in this sweep, putting them back within reach of that crucial 4th playoff spot. That spot is held by Michigan Tech. The Huskies with 32 points heading into the weekend hosting Lake Superior State. The Lakers in 7th with 24 points. And it's the home team that starts the scoring in this one. Dump and chase, right? Tech gets to the loose puck first. Alec Bretzman, the recipient of the Alex Smith pass. And Bretzman able to deke Merrick's mittens. That's lucky number 13 on the year for him. And it's 1-0 White. That lead would last less than 2 minutes. Similar play on a strong forecheck by Lake State. Yuki Miura makes the pass out front to Brendan McKay, who knocks in his 1st of the year. A rare casual goal given up by Matt Jarusik. Ashton Calder would score shorthanded for Tech. Jarusik gets replaced by Blake Pietla, but Lake Superior State still on the attack. This time Max Humitz is left wide open out front. That's the wrong guy to keep unchecked. Humitz number 17 on the year, and it's now 3-1. Colin Swoyer would get one back for Tech, but that's as close as the Lakers would allow. Look at Ashton Calder on the rush. Dances around the defender for his 8th goal of the season. That makes it 4-2. Lakers would cruise 7-3 in Game 1. Merrick's mittens a great night for win number 9. 39 saves in the victory. On Saturday, a blizzard blew through the WCHA offices as this blizzard was entertaining the Tech fans. But Brian Hallinan was the one who really got them on their feet as he scored his 11th of the season just 45 seconds into the game. Lakers would even things up, so we're tied at 1 late in the second, and it's Hallinan again. His second of the night, and Tech is back on top. This one would go back and forth. The announcement still going on from the Hallinan goal, and Brennan McKay gets his second of the series, second of the season to tie things at 2. Bretzman says, "Not so fast, my friend. Look at this great move by Parker Soretsky through the legs, gets a shot on goal. Bretzman is there for the finish. That's his 14th, and Tech is back on top again." Lakers try to keep their hopes alive in the closing seconds, and they turn to the usual suspect, Pierre-Luc Viet. His 9th of the year ties things up at 3, and we're heading to overtime. Tech fans carrying on the vibe from Bowling Green, and Alex Smith would give them reason to celebrate. He wraps in his 5th of the year. That is the game winner, 4-3 the final, as Tech is able to salvage the split at home. Robbie Baydoun with 39 saves in the win. Mittens compiled 26 of his own, and Michigan Tech still clinging on to that 5th place spot. And we're off to Mankato, 2 of the top teams in the conference, with Northern Michigan at Minnesota State. And here's why the Mavericks are number 1. Get pucks to the net. Charlie Gerard throws one out front. Reggie Lutz is there for the tap-in. That's his 10th of the year. And MSU is on the board just 2 minutes in. It would stay that way until late in the period. And Northern will leave it to the leading scorer in the country, Griffin Loughran, from a tough angle. They would take a second look at this one, but you can see it sneaks under the crossbar, in and out quickly, and that's his 21st goal of the season, tops in the entire NCAA. But MSU takes less than 30 seconds to strike back. Jared Spooner, a casual wrist shot that beats Nolan Kent, and the home team back on top 2-1. Same score midway through the contest. Nicholas Rivera on a short-handed rush, and again he beats Kent, who was struggling on Friday. Charlie Gerard would make it 4-2. That's the end of the night for Kent. Gerard has a dozen on the year, and Minnesota State wins going away 7-3 the final score. Dryden McKay now with 24 wins on the season. He made 21 saves on Friday. Same 2 goalies match up on Saturday. Nolan Kent with a 2.71 goals against average. Dryden McKay 1.42. Those two, the reason this was a much lower scoring affair. Just 1 goal in the game, and it came in the first. Walker Dewar and Dallas Gerads team up. They get it to Jared Spooner, his 9th of the season, and that's all the Mavericks would need. 1-0 the final. 6 big points at home for MSU, and with Bemidji State idle, the Mavericks now have a double-digit lead heading into the final few games. More on that in a moment. Our final stop is in Huntsville, Alaska, making the 4,000-mile trip to Alabama. The Chargers trying to crawl their way up from the bottom of the standings. Alaska sitting pretty right now in that crucial 4th playoff spot. Friday night was a raucous affair. We'll pick it up in the second period. Already 4-3 Huntsville on top of Fairbanks. And the Chargers passing like they're on the power play. Max Coyle shot from the point, tipped in front by Connor Wood. That's his 4th of the season. And UAH is up 5-3. But the Nanooks never far behind. Marcus Commels unloads a wrist shot from the slot. He pulls Fairbanks within 1 on the 5th of 6 goals scored in the second period. Here's number 6, Christian Rogic, with his 6th of the year. Makes it 6-4 Alabama Huntsville. Into the third we go, late in the game. Another flurry in front of the Chargers net. This time it's James LeDeuce, and he pulls Alaska within 1. And before the hometown fans could even catch their breath, Max Newton gets another one to tie the game. That's number 7 for Newton. We are tied at 6. And into the 3-on-3 we go. Tyler Klein would get the game winner here on the rush. It officially goes down as a 6-6 final, but Alaska does get that key extra point. With Gustavs Griggles playing the final 2 periods and all of overtime, made 13 saves. Mark Sinclair for the Chargers, 37 saves on the night. Saturday had a much different feel. Although it didn't take Alaska long to get on the board, here on the power play early in the first, and it's Kyler Hope with his 8th of the season, Steven Jandrick and Chris Jandrick factoring in on the assists, and they would help with goal number 2 as well in the second, also on the power play. This time it's Tyler Klein, the recipient of the Jandrick generosity. Klein's 6th of the season makes it 2-0. Tristan Thompson would add the empty net goal, 3-0 the final. Alaska with the win. They pick up 5 points on the weekend. Griggle's back in net on Saturday, gets win number 7 with 26 saves. So with just 3 weeks left of the regular season, the standings are taking shape with little time to move. Minnesota State now with an 11-point lead over Bemidji State. The Mavericks have 62 points. Northern Michigan with 44. Alaska with 40. Michigan Tech just 1 point in front of Bowling Green, followed by Lake State, Alaska Anchorage, Ferris State, and Alabama Huntsville. Coming up this weekend, a time to make up some points on the top team. Minnesota State is idle. Michigan Tech at Ferris State, Alabama Huntsville at Lake Superior State, Bemidji State is at Northern Michigan, Bowling Green at Alaska, and a non-conference set with Alaska Anchorage at Arizona State. Time to check out our WCHA Weekly Awards. Our forward of the week is Ashton Calder from Lake Superior State, who led the Lakers to a split at Michigan Tech with a pair of 2-point efforts. Calder netted a shorthanded goal in the first period and added the game winner in the third period on Friday, and then opened the scoring for the Lakers with his 9th goal of the season and added his 4th point of the weekend with an assist on the game-tying goal with 45 seconds left in regulation. Our defenseman of the week is William Rydell, also from Lake State, who contributed to the Lakers' road split at Michigan Tech this weekend with a team-leading 4 assists, all of which were primary assists, and led the junior to set a new career high in single-game points. He wrapped up his 4-point weekend with an assist on Saturday, which was his 100th career game as a Laker. Our goaltender of the week for the 6th time this year is Dryden McKay from Minnesota State, who stopped 43 of 46 shots to backstop the Mavericks to a home sweep of Northern Michigan. The Hobie Baker and Mike Richter candidate stopped all 22 shots he saved on Saturday to record his school record and WCHA record-tying 8th shutout of the season. The whitewash was also the 12th of his brief career, which is also a school record, and moves him into a tie for 9th on the WCHA career list. And our rookie of the week is Marcus Commels from Alaska, who played a big role in the Nanooks' come-from-behind tie at Alabama Huntsville on Friday, assisting on 1 goal and scoring another as Alaska rallied from a 6-4 third-period deficit to secure a 6-6 tie, and eventually a second WCHA point with a goal in the 3-on-3 period. The Latvian played a key role in the Nooks' defensive performance as Alaska skated to a 3-0 win in the team's 2nd shutout of the season on Saturday. This is Commels' first career WCHA weekly honor. That's it for now. We'll be back with more next week. Until then, find us on your favorite social media sites, or for live conference games, check out flowhockey.tv, where you can sign up for monthly or season passes. Thanks again for joining us, folks. This has been Inside the WCHA. I'm Ryan Phelps.